Food is a great opportunity to think about what happens in a liberal arts college.
I'm definitely developing this awareness of what I'm eating and how much I'm eating.
And I really like the way that the classroom blog that we've set up allows the students to kind of put in their own posts and their own backgrounds and ideas, so reading through that.
Carnivores who really want.
The sophomore year is that decision year. It's a year of growth, it's a year of opportunity, but for some students it can also be a year of uncertainty as they're trying to figure out what that concentration might look like. So the Sophomore Initiative has been an effort to construct a series of classes for sophomores. So in the first class I gave students a donut to hold on to, and we sort of did an analysis of a donut. You know, I had them describe the donut and sort of step back and think, well, I don't actually know this is what a donut is, and describe the donut and then sort of make a few deductive conclusions about the donut and speculate a little bit about the donut and then imagine future directions for research. And we use that as a springboard to talk about the ways that a humanities scholar might talk about a donut, or that a scientist might talk about a donut, that a social scientist might quantify and try to count something to do with donuts. So we might think about the industrial manufacturing process around donuts. So I use donuts as a way into thinking about all the different divisions across the college and the ways in which we were going to explore those during the course of the class.
One of the changes I've made actually is coming here to the Ann Arbor Farmers Market. That way I can support organic food and locally grown food. Even though sometimes it's hard for me to make the trip up here, I feel good about the choices I make when I make it up here.
So one of the things we've asked students to do is to live on $4.30 a day for 2 days, the so-called food stamp diet. And I think for many of them it was an interesting exploration. Some of them simply decided to try to live off the dollar menu at Burger King. Others thought, well, what happens if I go to the store and actually try to buy certain kinds of goods?
When I started the food stamp diet, I took it on as a challenge, but I also knew that there was a lot of things around town that I could utilize in order to really get the best out of the whole challenge. I stopped at booths and filled out surveys for snacks around campus. I was really surprised to find that you can buy tomatoes, you can buy peppers, you can buy lettuce, you can buy all that for virtually less than $1 because they all come in baskets, and if you just ask for one, most vendors are totally comfortable with just saying, oh, okay, just give me a quarter, or just give me 50 cents. So.
In the winter we'll be offering 22 ways to think about games and gaming, and then next fall we'll offer 22 ways to think about blood. All of a sudden you can see the ways that one of these ideas can open up again across the whole range of the college and create new opportunities for thinking and learning for students.